Alright, hey there guys, I have another video for you. This time it's going to be another TVT from Taeja's replay pack, and his opponent is a Barcode. As of a little while ago, there were only two, MKP and one other that I don't think was actually public. I'm not sure anybody who knows what the other one is, but as of now, actually in Korean Grandmaster Ladder, there are four Terrans with the Barcode, so I'm not exactly sure who he is playing. I can try and guess by the build, but that won't be 100% accurate. However, this should actually be a pretty fun game. Closed air positions on Metalopolis always bring for some fun, albeit I guess it's sort of either a very quick game, with even now, after Hellion Marine drops are going out of favor, it's really standard to open up in these positions. So they're either really short games or quite long, as the split map scenario can definitely... I mean, this map is just made for split map. It's like Shakuras. The watchtowers are in the middle. They grant you vision of everything except for these air positions, and that really makes for some easy positional warfare, whether you're defending or attacking. But we'll see what goes on. And both players opting for just a regular 12 barracks. Let's see if either of them get gas. I would imagine very, very strange to go for a gasless expand on this map. Although I actually have this vetoed, so I don't play it that often anymore. Let's see. Alright, both players opting for the 13 gas. We see that Mr. Barcodes is quite a bit sooner, but both were at 13 supply. Usually if you go for a 14 gas, or even a 15 gas, well, 15 gas is indicative of a reactor build, whereas 14 you generally open with a Reaper. It's somewhat delayed, but you can still get that 25 gas for the add-on the second the barracks finishes. Let's see. Alright. We do have second depots going down for both. Blue actually decided not to wall off. It's kind of interesting. I would imagine he's going for some sort of factory build as the second Marine is queued up. And the same thing for Taeja. So we'll see how this evolves. You can even, as I said earlier, Hellion drops are really good on this map because of the close positions. And very nice by Taeja. You always want to limit the attack path of Marines. As long as it's in their field of view on this ledge right here, you really need to dodge that with your SCV. Just go around, take the long way. Sure, it may cost you a little bit of mining, but you save that SCV. He's even grabbing a gold mineral to compensate for it. Or just be cute. We do have a second gas going down for Taeja here, and it looks like a... what could possibly be Reactor Hellion, which is kind of cool. Generally on this map you do that against some sort of early expand build, but Blue was really limited in what he saw. Let's take a look at his vision actually right now. Yeah, he only saw the wall off, as Taeja did. Managed to get that wall finished. I'd imagine he's going to go for Banshees here. It'll be interesting to see his follow-up. Oh no! Alright, so this is even cooler. As long as you don't have vision of this like smokescreen with a supply depot or whatnot, he can just build Hellions here for free. Let's actually, yeah, see? There's no way he can scout that, even with the geyser up, and that is really cool. So he's going to rally. Even if you have a supply depot right here, you won't see it in this position. He's playing a little bit of a risk. Oh, although he will actually hide it in the smoke. This is very well played by Taeja. It may not look like much, but that's very precise play. And is that going to be a Hellion? Oh no, a Viking actually. Interesting. So we see, alright. Blue is actually gearing up for the Hellion Marine push, and he does scout this. Oh. Because he built a supply depot there. I usually make this my second or third supply depot. Although I can't say I'm sad about it not being in tournament pools anymore. Very nice by Taeja. He's actually going to try and get another scout off. Unfortunately, Blue has yet to complete his wall, and he manages to get in there. So this Hellion's just going to prevent any drop play. And he will actually snipe this medevac if he takes a little bit more notice of it. Oh, he could totally have sniped that medevac. Now with the Marines coming, it's a bit iffy. Nice micro there by Blue. And we see Taeja preparing for this. The goal is to really snipe the medevac. Not only does it limit any high ground vision, but it denies any sort of drop play. Taeja opting to keep his Viking alive. And let's see. Yeah, he's gearing up for a tank Banshee push behind this. I'll put it back on production. And we do see that... I think this is actually Marine King, based on this build. This is a very Marine King build. I've seen, whenever he streams, he generally uses this in a lot of close air situations. On Chakuris or even on Antigua, he likes this. Alright, so this is really hard for Taeja to engage without siege mode. And this is one of the downfalls of walling off. Although you do get a chance to limit your opponent's vision in the beginning. You lose 30 supply when you, well, let's see. Nice micro by Taeja here, but if that tank goes down, it's going to be... Oh! Very nice pickup. Well played. Although he really needs to pull SCVs at some point. He does have the second command center, and it is turning into an orbital now. With 2 tanks up, he should actually be able to quell this push. Although he's being really risky with that tank there. And the Banshee comes out. So that's actually pretty key, although Blue is building another Viking at the moment. And he already has one. So without Cloak, these Banshees really won't do much. He is actually gearing up for a tank drop. This is something that... Oh, definitely not cost-worthy. And he actually has to lose the other tank at this point, too. Because not only is the one Viking out, a second one's coming. Alright. So, let's see. Behind this, really, Taeja is in such a good position right now. He has siege mode way before his opponent. His marine production is equal. They both have a reactor and a add-on barracks. Take a look at the worker count, actually, too. We do see Taeja is a little bit ahead, sacrificing a couple workers there to defend the push. And finally putting down a bunch of mules. This is where he's really going to get ahead. He hadn't been muling at that other command center yet, just because he didn't want to mine out his main. That's something you definitely need to be aware of when you're defending any sort of one base aggression. A lot of times it's better to either save or opt for the supply depots in order not to mine out your main, because if it does end up going one base for an extended period of time, and you have that second orbital command, your opponent is really in a better position, especially if he contains you with the siege push. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that he's playing Marine King right here. And let's see, let's take a look at the units tab. Both have 2 tanks. Oh, a little bit of a delayed siege up here by Blue. You should definitely pick up the Viking too. The siege tanks do a ridiculous amount against armored. Oh, and he's going to lose that medevac. Now he has no high ground vision. Oh, very nice by Taeja. He likes his landed Vikings, if you ever watch his play, even back when he used to stream. He has been a little bit recently, but definitely not as much as he used to. Oh, and here comes the train. Alright, so MKP going for one final push. Siege tanks are rallied. He has very little air against the 2 Vikings of Taeja, which are being repaired now, and this is a big deal. Always repair your units, regardless of what stage of the game you're in. If you can save them at any point in time, they're going to be helpful to you later. You never know when you're going to need that extra Hellion, that extra Viking. Alright, and Taeja realizing that this is completely all in, he's pulling his SCVs to buffer for his tanks, instead of landing the Vikings to have them tank. Let's see, with 3 tanks up, sieged up, oh, and this is really, he's clumping all of the units. That unsieged tank has, yeah. Alright, and there's a good game. So, a very, what started as a Marine Hellion Viking build really went into that fast command center, and from there he just went into defensive mode. And this is what you have to do against any sort of one-base play as soon as you scout it. He had the opportunity with Hellions, with that Marine SCV scout at the front, to know really exactly what his opponent had went for. And he used that to his advantage. He got Siege Tech up really early, and that Banshee, while it didn't really do much, it did delay a lot of it killed some Marines, and it delayed a lot of the tech from Marine King. So very well played by Taeja, and he does take the game, as I don't think they've included any losses of him in the replay pack. That'd be kind of awkward, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I will have another video out for you, I want to say tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Tuesday. This is going up on Sunday, so enjoy the rest of your weekend, and if you have classes on Monday, suck it up, you're almost done. Peace.